rock, dock. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is question number 50, the last. Hurrah.
Wait.
Last question in our test number 1. Billy Bob has 23 coins in nickels and dimes. He probably lives down south with 2 first names, Billy Bob. Like maybe from Kentucky.
Kentucky.
The value is $1.55. How many were nickels and how many were dimes? I'll let you write that down because I am going to erase that in just about 2 shakes.
There you go. Billy Bob.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, here. Need my eyeballs on. All right, you got 23 things here. So let N equal nickels. And D equal dimes. Now we do not want 2 unknowns in our equation. I could say N plus D, and I'll do that just for grins. The value of the nickels and the value of the dimes is equal to 155 pennies, right? 155. We're just going to write everything in penny form. Not dollar form, pennies. Now, instead of saying nickels, or let's just say nickels, but say a nickel's worth 5 cents. So 5 times N is the value of our nickels. And 10 times the quantity. Here's the tricky part. There are 23 coins, remember? But there are not 23 dimes. Because you have to subtract however many nickels you have. So then you go 23 minus N, the number of nickels. Multiply that times 10, and I'll give you the value of the dimes. And all that's going to equal to $1 or 155 pennies. 155. Now that's critical. This part here is a critical part. 5 times N, 5 cents times every nickel. And then 10 cents times all the dimes. And the dimes, the number of dimes are going to be the 23, take away the number of nickels, because that's exactly how many dimes you're going to have. Okay? Here's the tricky part right there. You got that? You're good to go. So then it becomes 5N plus, and you distribute this. Multiplication, 10 times 23 is 230 today. And 10 times the negative N is a negative 10N. And all that's going to equal to 155. Now our job, as always, now you see what's cool about it? We don't have any D's in there, right? If we did, we'd be all confused. You need either N's or D's, but not both at the same time. That will mess you up. So the trick was doing this right here and making everything in N form, not N plus D, okay? All right, so now we got to get all the numbers over here and we want the variable n all by its lonesome on this side. So we start peeling stuff away. So if we subtract 5n from this side, no, we don't want to do that. Oh, I know what we do. Combine like terms. This guy and this guy. They are like terms, so we can put them together. I've got 5 nickels and I got a negative 10 nickels. All right, I owe you 10. Where am I at? I still owe 5 nickels. So these guys collapse or simplify to this when you put them together. 230 is still there. And then this is equal to 155. Now remember, we want this guy by itself. So we got to get rid of this guy. Oh, wait a minute. What we want, if we get rid of this guy, we're going to get a negative result, and we don't want a negative amount of money. We know that won't work. So what we're going to do is a little bit different, but it will work. We're going to add 5n here and add 5n here. Then these guys collapse to 0, and we're headed in the right direction. They just are unknown is going to be on this side. And that's okay, as long as you have it isolated. So we're going to subtract 155 from this side and 155 from that side to get, we're starting to peel down to this guy right here. All right, 230, subtract 155. I'm going to move over here to get more room. Is 75. And these guys collapse to 0 is equal to 5n, which is all that's left there. 230, subtract 155, subtract 155 on both sides. And we wind up with 75 is equal to 5n. Now the only thing we got to get rid of is the 5. And it's multiplied. So undoing a multiply by 5 is to divide by 5. So 75 divided by 5 is along about 15 today. So what does that tell us? Amy, what does that tell us? How many nickels are in this group?
There's 15 nickels.
All right, so 15 nickels. How do we go about proving all this? Got any idea?
Maybe.
And I still need to find out how many dimes.
True. And there's 23 coins. So
23 coins, so there'd be what?
8 dimes.
8 dimes, exactly. Because these guys got to add the 23. Now, if we wanted to check, and you could real easily, and you wouldn't want to do this on a test because you cram for time, but when you're learning this stuff, you want to check, make sure you're getting it right. Kind of feels good, and it should feel good to you when you're getting it right, because a lot of people can't do this stuff. They're not as cool as you are. You would take 15 and multiply it by 5. And that would give you the value of the nickels, right?
Which is 75 cents. And then,
right, and then you would take 8 and multiply it by 10.
Which is 80.
80, and then add.
Which is 155.
And add the 2 up, and it should get 155. And by gum, I've already done it. And you know what? It works and I'm done. I'm out. See ya. Catch you on the next life.